Hi guys, last week we had OET Listening Part A. Tonight we're going to have the power tips for OET Listening Part B. Let's go! Hi again, my name is John and I'm a critical care provider. If you're new to this channel, we basically talk about career tips, examination tips like IELTS and OET, and concepts like mathematics and health and medical sciences. So before we start, I'd like to thank my colleague and friend Lazy Tinya for giving me this keychain. So have a look. So Lazy Tinya is my colleague here in the UK, and please subscribe to their channel Lazy Tinya as well. Right guys, let's start the power tips for OET Listening Part B. Let's go! So Listening Part B tests your comprehension and your ability to identify the gist or summary of what is being talked about, the details or specifics of the conversation, the speaker's purpose, the speaker's opinion, and the actions the people will do following the conversation. You have two tasks in this part of the OET listening subtest. The first one is you'll have to listen to 6 various recordings in a healthcare environment, which can be a lecture, a clinic visit, or a conversation between 2 health professionals. And then the second task is to answer 1 question per recording. And the highlight of our vlog for tonight, the power tips for listening part B. You have to read the instructions and it looks like this. In part B of the listening test, you'll hear 6 different extracts. In each extract, you'll hear people talking in a different healthcare setting. For questions 25 to 30, choose the answer A, B, or C, which fits best according to what you hear. So it's important not only to read the instructions, but also to understand them. Otherwise, you'll lose points and score low. Next, you should also pay attention to the context of the conversation or what the topic is all about. Because there will be 6 recordings, expect various healthcare settings and different healthcare professionals talking about a variety of topics. This way, you'll understand what you're listening to and you'll be able to write the correct answer. Also, I'd like you to know that each of the 6 short listening tasks lasts for around 45 seconds. And listen very carefully as the recording will only play once. Not twice, not thrice, but once. And to the final tip, know the question type. So be sure to use the 15 seconds to analyze a question and be sure to focus on the question for the listening task and underline or encircle any keyword or keywords that will help you arrive at the right answer. We have 7 question types and they ask about the following: the gist or the summary, details or specifics, speaker's purpose, function, opinion, agreement, and course of action. Let's discuss them one by one. The first one is the gist question. This question asks you about the summary or the main idea of the conversation, and it's also the most common question type. The following are examples of gist questions. The aim of the research was, the doctor is explaining that, what are the nurses talking about? Take note of these keywords or key phrases. Aim, talking about. So remember to find the choice that contains the summary or the main idea of the conversation. Next, we have details. This question asks about specifics or a particular part of the conversation. For example, the patient's medication has been changed because you have to find the reason the medication was changed. Is it because the patient's allergic to it, or has the patient finished the course of this medication? A detailed question may also be a what question, such as, what strategy does the doctor recommend? Or, what would have improved the trainee's performance? These questions ask for details or specific parts of the recording. So remember to look for the specific detail or answer to the question. Next, we have speaker's purpose. This question type asks why the speaker says what he's saying and the result the speaker wants. So one example of this question is the patient explains that his treatment, let's say, does not resolve the pain. The patient's purpose here is to inform the other person, for instance, the nurse or the doctor, that his pain doesn't go away with his current treatment. Another example is this one. The doctor explains that the practice should. A possible purpose here is that the doctor informs the patient about the benefit of the procedure. The fourth question type is function. This question type asks you the action of the speaker's words. An example is this question: what is the doctor doing? Let's say the doctor is explaining how the patient will be treated. So explaining how the patient will be treated is the action of the doctor's speech or dialogue. In other words, to get the right answer, you should understand the action the speaker's language describes. Next one, we have opinion. So another term for opinion is point of view. That means this question type asks you for what the speaker thinks, believes, or feels about someone or something. For example, we have the doctor thinks that the patient, the nurse believes that the doctor, and how does the student feel about his role. So some keywords for this include verbs like think, believe, and feel. Another question type is agreement. This asks you to identify what the speakers are in agreement about. Examples of these questions include what do they agree about? The nurse agrees that they will, and the doctor agrees that. So for this question type, pay attention to the speaker's reaction to the other person's or people's suggestions or recommendation. Okay, so the seventh and last question type is course of action. This question asks you what the speaker or speakers will do as a result or effect of the conversation. This question also appears to talk about a future time. Examples: next week, the patient must. What will the doctor do tonight? What will the nurse do next? Remember, it can be a resolution to a problem resulting from the previous conversation. So there you go guys, 7 question types and everything you need to know about OET Listening Part B. If you like this video, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell icon for more videos about IELTS, OET career tips and examination tips, and concepts on mathematics and health and life sciences. I'll see you in our next video. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe. Bye!